Oh, goodness me. So I'll do a little quick hello for YouTube. So hello, my name's Sarah Parkinson. I'm a children's author and illustrator, and today it's Pirate Week, everybody. Oh, very exciting. We're going to do our drawing today. So let's see. Let's just get you off now. Block you, bye-bye. Yeah, so very exciting. Hi, Daniel. Hi, Max and Jessica, dressed as pirates. Very exciting. Oh, afternoon from George and Eleanor in sunny Culcheth. Oh, hello, George and Eleanor. Lovely to see you today. Beatrice as well. Oh, we're taking it easy today. We're just going to have a really lovely draw. We're not going to rush anything. We're going to get everything looking lovely. Get your colours out. Because what's the rush, hey? Let's just enjoy ourselves and have a nice draw and get some great pictures on today. Let's see. So, shall we get ready? So let's see. Oh, lovely. Hello from Buffy, Melissa and William as well. Oh, lovely to see you. We've had some lovely pictures. Okay, so if you have got pictures, please send them in. Put them on, send them to me, or put them as a post on my Facebook wall. I'd love to. That's brilliant because it means I can just comment straight on there, and you're sharing it with everybody to see. Then got Yusuf watching. Hello. Lovely. Okay, so what have we got on today? What are we drawing today? We're going to be drawing a parrot, and we're going to be drawing a compass. Now, one that you can hold, and hopefully there'll be time for one that we can put on the side of the map as well. And you'll see what I mean as we go along on our little journey together. And we're going to have a treasure chest filled with lots of treasure. Yar! So, I have an exciting pirate announcement, everybody, because everyone's really got into Pirate Week this week. I've decided that we're going to be on a bit of a pirate theme next week too. So next week it's going to be Treasure Hunt Week. And that's all I'm going to say for now. But how exciting. Might be a little bit to do with maps and things that we can do. Treasure Hunt Week. So you'll be able to get some of your pirate gear out again, and you can use your characters. It also means that if you like to take your time over your stories a little bit, you've got an extra week really to work on your story if you want. Or if your story's going really well and really far today and you want to do another story next week as well, that's fine as well. I'll be very excited to see any stories or any pictures that are coming up over the next couple of days. So I'm really excited to see it. So we've got Pirate Week this week, and you can give me some stories today and tomorrow if you like. I'd love to see, and I'd love to see the pictures as well. Make sure you give me the pictures. But we're also going to be doing a second week of Pirate Week, which is going to be Pirate Week, the sequel, Pirate Week, back with a vengeance, and and we'll have another Pirate Week next week. I'll hopefully have a bit of a different outfit to wear, but you guys can wear the same ones, and we will get doing some more pirate adventures, but we're going to focus more on maybe a bit more on the stories. Who knows? I'll dream that up this week, what we're going to do next week. Okay, lovely. Glad we're liking the sound of that. Woohoo for Treasure Hunt Week. Yes, sounding good. Okay, I'm glad that we're on board. Right, okay then, on board. Excuse the pun. Ooh, that was not intentional. Right then, let's get drawing, shall we? So pens at the ready. Let's get going. Woo! Round we go to my board. Let's make sure that everybody can see. With a little tinker. Lovely. Right, okay then. Let's get drawing our parrot. Let's see how we go. So, my daughter has been drawing on this morning, and she did wipe it off after herself, bless her. She's on 2.5. Just give it an extra wipe. There we go. She likes to pretend that she's me, I think, and does lots of the noises that I do while she's drawing too, going whoop. Right, so we're going to draw a lovely parrot. So if I show you where everything's going to be, so you know where to put things on your paper. So our parrot's obviously going to be around in this area here. I'm going to draw our eye way up here, and it's going to be a cute parrot. So when I say cute, usually that means a big eye, doesn't it? So let's draw a nice big eye. Ooh, squeaky marker. Okay, so we've got our first bit, and when we're doing, oh, hello, Saphira. Oh, Pirate Week, the sequel. Oh, Hayley, dearie me. Ba-dum-tsh. Absolutely. You got copyright on that one. So we'll draw 2 circles in our little circle. Our big eye, well, our little circle, our eye. Got a circle for an eye with 2 circles inside. And then we're going to colour around those 2 circles to get our nice shiny eye. Okay, not looking good so far. Next, we're going to be drawing a nice neat circle around that eye if you can. Doesn't matter if not, don't worry. We're going to draw a nice line around that circle to make a bigger circle. How are we doing? Now next, I'm going to draw a little bit of I'm going to change colours here. I'm going to be a little marking around my parrot eye. And it doesn't matter if it does go, you know, it doesn't have to be as neat and tidy as that circle. So this is its eye, isn't it? But this bit's the markings on its feathers. So we're going to do another circle, which doesn't have to be as straight, and I'm going to colour this in as we go along. Now, fingers crossed, I may have some new markers for next week in lots of different colours that I can use on my whiteboard. Thank you very much for anyone who's given a little donation. I'll tell you at the end how to do that if you wanted to donate something to the workshops, because it does help. It means I can bring in some more interesting things for the kids. But I've got some more markers coming. That's the exciting news. Right, so we've got our marking around our eye, nice and coloured in. Next, oh, we want to get a beak colour, so I'm going to use the orange again. But maybe you'll want to use, if you've got a bit of yellow or something else. And what I want you to do is draw. It's going to be like a leaf a bit, really, but I'll show you first. So we're going to do a curved line for the start of the beak, which is just a little bit lower than where the eye is. And the top bit around about the centre of the eye. Then we're going to do a nice swoopy curve down, you see? Then, from that line at the bottom, well, not the very bottom, the bottom of the first line, I'm going to do another curved line, just like that. And what I'll ask you to do is, if you want, you can draw a little, I need to look at what this is. Do they call it a nostril? There's a little hole there that they have on birds, don't they? I'm going to pop that hole in, and then we're going to give it a colour. Because that's the top half of our beak. Now, I'm going to leave the bottom part like it's been dipped. Can you see? Because this bit is going to be black, because the tips of a lot of these beaks, these different parrots, are black. So we're just going to give a little black bit. Like it's been dipped in black chocolate. Ooh, lovely. Okay. Now I've got the bottom of my beak in black as well. Are we going to do that now? Yeah, let's do it now. And all you have to do is just carry along the bottom, underneath the bottom of your beak. It's a little line. And it just needs to be like a little triangle, really. If his mouth's open, you can have it open so that he's talking. I might just make mine a little bit more. And there we go, he's having a little chat. We see how our parrot's going to take shape now. Okay. Next, I'm going to get my red out. And we're going to draw the top of our parrot's head. And it's going to go right the way up here. And end up probably about level with where the bottom of the beak is there. Okay. So if you want to, you can do a swoopy noise with me. Swoop. Oh, he's got a very tall head, this one. Bit of a 5 head. Making life interesting for myself. Right, okay. Then we're going to do its back. Now it's going to have its wing around about here. It's a very funny looking parrot, isn't it? Wing around about here. And then there's going to be a little tail as well, because they have a tail to help them balance, don't they? So it's going to end around about here, and I'm going to leave space for my tail. So let's follow that line down. So we've got the part of the wing there. And we're going to draw the front part of the wing just here. So we're going to do a curvy line. It's going to follow like a J, like a backwards J. No, forwards J. But lying on its back, it'll meet the wing at the bottom. You see. Next, I'm going to grab another colour, which you don't have to. I'm grabbing some blue now. You can do it all in pencil and colour it in afterwards if you like. And I'm going to draw its tail, which is going to be, I don't know if you remember, was it with the parrot, with the what's it called, pigeon that I did? We did this. I'm going to do a little tail. Oh gosh. I've done my thing as swoopy as I would do usually. I'm just going to finish it there because it will be joining up with the front of its body, but I'm going to do that in a separate move, which is just going to be round here in my red. You see what I've done? It almost looks like a fishtail, doesn't it? I've made it very pointy. A bit better. Doesn't matter if yours is pointy, it'll all look lovely at the end, don't worry. Okay. I'm going to draw the front of our parrot. And it's going to have a swoopy line just round the front of its chest. What's your parrot going to be called? Is it going to be called Polly? Or is it going to have something else as a name? There we go. So we've got the front of our parrot. Ooh, a bit off on the Instagram. Sorry, loves. Hope you can see. Oh, sorry, Katie. Sorry, Sophie and Bella. I hope you can see now. That's what I've done with the beak. Should have it so it notifies me when you message, shouldn't I? Right, lovely, 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 lovely. Okay. So we're going to imagine now that it's sat on the shoulder of a pirate, aren't we? So it needs to have its little feet out. We're going to add some detail to the feathers in a minute, don't you worry. And what we're going to do is just add little circles. Three circles per foot. I've done mine in orange. You can do yours in whatever you like. Those are the little, ah, lovely. There we go. Lovely job. How are we all doing? I bet these parrots are looking fantastic. Just think, once you add a little bit of colour, they always look so much better. So let's add some colour to our parrots. Getting excitable with my colours now that I've got some new pens coming. Means I can make things all the more colourful for you guys. Let's get colouring. Let's colour in our lovely. Give it some little bit of a tip, blue tip on its wing. Then it's going to have a bit of orange. And the shape of it, just be a little curve, just like that. It's quite smooth. Shall I get some Parrot Facts out of the bag for you? So, let's have a think. Did you know that the boys and girls look the same with parrots? Bet some clever ones of you knew, didn't you? Going to add a little bit of shape. Do a swoopy line there. Did you know? Well, they generally look the same. Sometimes some very, very slight differences, but it's very, very difficult to tell the difference between a boy and a girl. Other things that we know about them. Did you know that the most, now it's not a parrot, but it's a talking bird. The world record for most words spoken by a talking bird is 1,700 words that are spoken by a little budgerigar called Puck. And I think it was in the 1990s, so way back when. Now I'm just going to do a little bit of colour on this bit, but you can colour all of this bit in red. Can you imagine a budgie that was saying all of those words? Goodness me, must be a very chatty one. We've got ourselves a nice parrot there. Let's have a look. Oh, hello, Iman and Iman. Amna, sorry, I don't know how, I always seem to kind of do an anagram with the letters in words sometimes when I speak, when I look at them. Amna, lovely to see you. Iman, lovely to see you too. Our pirates, ahoy! Is it Iman the Invincible or Iman the Impossible? I can't remember. Some fantastic names that we've had coming up. I'd love to see some pictures. If you can maybe get a picture of the kids doing some doing their colouring now, that would be lovely. I love seeing those pictures. I'm going to get a group of them together, I think. Lovely. So let's just get parrot written at the top here, and then we will get moving on our next one. Lovely. Parrots also have the taste buds at the top of their mouth and the beak. Top of their beak. Interesting, isn't it? Okay, it's going now. It's off. We're moving on to our next one. Da-da-da-da. What's it going to be next? Next we are going to have a compass. Now, if I know that there are some of my lovely viewers that are doing pirate maps, which is very exciting. So we will be doing pirate maps next week for our treasure hunt week next week. So we're taking pirates onto next week. If you didn't catch me at the beginning of the live, so that's exciting. So to be able to, so I'm going to show you a little bit of how to do a compass to go onto a map, just for the people that have got school projects that are being handed in on Friday. What rotten luck that you missed treasure hunt week, but never mind. You can do it again with us next week, can't you? So make sure you can all see again. I nudged it then. Right, so to start off with, we are going to do, so this is the type of compass that you can hold in your hand. And compass, if people don't know, is something that points north and uses the magnetic field of the Earth. Probably best not going into the ins and outs of magnetic fields, but it'll point the pirates in the right direction and show them where they need to go. Because if they know where north is on the map and they know where north is in person, they know which way to go. It points them in the right direction. So they always have north, south, east and west written out on their map, so they know which way to hold it up. So let's start off with the type of compass that you would hold in your hand. So we're going to draw a nice circle. Let's see what we'll do with that one. It's a bit hard when you're doing it from right from the side of the paper. We'll run with that. Sure, that's good enough for us to go on with. Let's have a look. Okie dokie. Oh, what have we got? Oh, Emily is using her whiteboard like the drawing lady. Yes, absolutely. Just make sure you get pictures as you go along. Don't want to lose them. I have to take screenshots of my videos to be able to get my pictures. Right, okay then. So I need to make sure I pay attention now because I need to do this bit with these ones backwards. So we want a north. So at the top of your circle on the inside, I want you to do an N. Ready? And then at the bottom of our circle, we're going to do a south. So we do a S. And then at the side, just take this a little bit rounder. Made that any better? Slightly. Okay, north, south, and then we're going to have east over here. And then we're going to have west on the other side. Does anybody have any rhymes that they use to remember which one goes where? For me, it's never eat shredded wheat. I was never a big shredded wheat fan. Let's have a look. Okay, so the middle, we are going to have, in the middle of our circle, if you do a little dot so you know where the middle is, and you can just make sure your dot is in the middle, and then do a circle. This is just going to be dead basic. Could do a little shine on it, so you may draw another circle on the inside. And then colour it in. Then we want to draw something. I'm going to have mine pointing north, but it could be pointing any which direction, couldn't it? I want my pirate to be facing the right direction. And you can either just do just a stick, just like that, or we can make it something a bit more fancy. And maybe add something that's a bit more pointy, a bit more, make it like a diamond, like a very long diamond. And then I'm going to colour in one side. Well, the one that I'm going to do for the map is going to be similar, but it's a good one that looks good. We're also colouring in one side of it black and one side of it red, because there's on these compasses that you hold in your hand, the red bit tends to be the bit that points north, and then we do the same on the other side. Bit pointing down, so a big long diamond. And then it tends to have a blue one from what I've seen, pointing south. There we go. And then you can always put the extra details on, can't you? So that you've got between north and west is northwest, between west and south is southwest, between south and east is southeast, between north and east is northeast. Okay, so I've got all the detail on the inside of my compass. I'm going to add the bits for them just to add extra detail, make it look extra complicated. There we go. And then we're going to draw another circle around the outside of our compass, because that's going to be the outer area of our compass. Okay. Oh, make sure I don't smudge my own work. And this can be tricky, especially when you're trying not to wipe the whiteboard. Sorry, Emily. But the good thing is that you can wipe it out as you go along, Emily, so you can join me there, can't you? There we go. How are they looking? Bit sketchy for me, but see how you go. You can always use something to draw around to get your circles, couldn't you? Like a mug. If you have two different size mugs, draw a circle around one, the bigger one, and then position your other mug or cup that's a bit smaller inside and draw around that one, and then draw your north, south, east and west. Now I'm going to draw the top bit, which is a bit like this, so that they can attach them onto their chains and jewels and things so they never lose it. So we're going to add just a little tab at the top. Then I'm going to do another circle. Oh, do you know what? I know why. I know why all my circles are off. What have I not done today? My exercises. If you guys need to have a little go at your exercises to get everything all moving, start move your wrists. Do some weightlifting with your fingers. Tell you what, forgetting to do the warm-ups. What was I thinking? I bet you all of our drawing is going to be wonderful now, isn't it? There we go. Definitely worth having another go at that parrot later, isn't it? Okay. Oh, so there's that one, and then we're just going to show you how to do one to go on a map, which is dead easy, but looks dead effective as well. And all you have to do is draw a cross. Okay. Just like this, but it needs to be the same on each side if you can. If you can make it so it measures the same amount on each side. Just about. Lovely stuff. Let's have a see. Naughty elephants squirt water. Oh yes, that's a good one. Naughty elephants squirt water. Iris always used it. Oh, lovely. Okay, so let's draw our N for north. Naughty. Have to keep paying attention here, grown-ups. Elephants squirt water. Okay, so there's more. Don't worry, there's more. Next, I want you to draw a cross on the inside. There'll be a reason for it. So starting from about halfway down, We'll join the lines up. Can you see? So it's almost like you're drawing a box on the inside, isn't it? But what we're going to do is not draw the box. We're just going to put a line through each side. This might get a bit complicated for some. So if you've managed to do it, I'll be really, really impressed. I want to see your pictures. Okay. And then, if you have a look, see what I've done? Like those stars that we did the other week, isn't it? But then we're going to do something different now, but it's going to look dead good. Are we ready? So what I want you to do is draw a line. Let's start with south, so from the very bottom. Then I want you to draw that line up to, could be halfway down. So at one point down, as long as it's the same point, each one, it doesn't matter. So say halfway down. So let's do mine halfway down. Halfway down each line that you've got here. Can you see? So it's going to go, our line's going to go from there to there. Okay, then we're going to do the same one with west, but it's going to join up with that line. Can you see? So my line's going to go from there to there. Let's do it again here. So we're going to draw a line from west to halfway down this line here. A little cross line, the X. Okay, same here from the top to halfway down. That's halfway down our X. Does that make any sense? So draw a little line so you know where to draw to. It's going to look dead good when it's done. Okay, line there. Line there, and line there. Then, what I want you to do is colour in, pick a side. So I'm going to pick this one to colour in of each star, and then leave the other side of the star not coloured in, or colour it in a colour. But if you want to colour this bit in black, going to look like a really impressive star type thing, a compass. I can't think of a way to describe it. Compass star. Can you see what I mean? So the one on the, so it's going to go white, black, white, black, white, black. So going off this one, so we've got white, white, black, white, black, going around it like you're on a clock. White, black, white, black. So it's this one that I need to colour in on east. And then I would say if you can manage to do a circle around these, that looks extra compassy, but I would say a dotted circle looks really good. These are like the ones that you would have on a map. Oh dear. It's very hard doing these things from an angle. You have to bear with me. There we go. Looks a little bit sketchy, but you get the point. So if you draw one of these on your maps, and there's loads of different versions that they do on maps of these, but every map needs to have a compass showing where north is, where west is, where south is, and where east is. Dearie me. We'll get there eventually. If you've got mugs and things around that you can draw around, or even a compass that you use to draw circles, that'll come in handy. Right, so that's our compass. There we go. What do we think? Can you do it any colour? You can do it any colour you like. Absolutely. Leave that on a second, and then we'll be moving on to our treasure chest. There's nice easy ways that you can do compass on a map. Alright, I'll be taking it off now so we can get ready for our treasure chest and get it all looking lovely. Okay. Alrighty then. So next we've got our treasure chest. And we're going to start our treasure chest. I'm going to get my black out so you can see. And what we're going to be doing first is drawing a rectangle. And it's going to be quite a deep one, if that makes any sense. It's going to, so this is going to be our treasure chest. And you're going to be looking at it from the front. It's going to be opened. We're going to have lots of treasure in there, aren't we? So we want to have lots of nice detail in our treasure chest on the front. So a shape like that would be lovely. Okay. So we've got our first few lines on there. Next, I want you to draw, if you've got a pencil, a handy thing to do is, I don't know whether or not you know the word parallel. That sounds funny, doesn't it? Parallel. Parallel line is a line that lines up with another line, like a train track. So it doesn't go like that, doesn't go like that. Goes straight next to the other one. Now what I want you to do with this line that we're going to draw here, it's not going to be the same, quite handy I've done it the same width as this, isn't it? It's not going to be the same width as this line. It's going to be a little bit smaller, and it will be in the middle. So what we'll do is we'll draw a line going from here to here. Okay, so I've got my guide there. However yours turns out will be lovely. Doesn't matter. Okay. Then I'm going to draw lines that will bring our box joined up with the line at the back. Does that make any sense? There we go. Looks 3D now, doesn't it? Maybe we can start to see what our treasure chest is going to look like. Okay. Next, I want you to imagine there's a triangle here, but without this third line in, and we're just going to draw a line going that way. I'm going to do the same on the other side. Okay. And you want them to kind of end up at the same kind of point as the edge of your other box. Don't worry if you've gone too far or anything, you can always just ignore the line bit that goes on a bit more. And if you'd maybe take your finger as a marker and then know where you need to start to draw the next line, which will be joining these two lines up. Hope you can follow. Let me see. Plenty of time to make sure you've got on this. Okay, you'll see it in a minute. So this is the top of our treasure chest. And now we're going to draw another parallel line. Oh, it's going to look really good. It's going to be 3D. So I'm going to draw another parallel line here, but again, it's going to be a little bit smaller than the line here. You could do it to the same, in the same area as what you've done this one here, this other little line that you've got. So maybe if you use that as your guideline. So I've got one there and one there. So we'll draw a line across. Okay, and then we're going to draw a curvy line, not a straight line, to join those two bits together because it's the top of our treasure chest. Okay, hope we're all doing okay. Oh, I'll have a catch up later today. That looks great. Oh, good stuff. I'll be catching up later. Look at the photos of all the children's pirates and the... Oh, lovely. I'll be catching up too. But all the photos of the children, the pirates and the pirate ship. Wonderful. Oh, lovely. I love seeing all the pictures of the kids too. It's amazing, isn't it? Okay, so let's get this looking a bit more like a treasure chest, shall we? So we're going to draw another line on the inside of our lid just here. You see? It's just going to be running again parallel with the lines around it. So you're drawing another box on the inside. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing down here. We're going to draw another box inside our box. Ready? I bet you these are looking great. Remember, if you ever think, oh my god, mine isn't looking like hers, remember that I've had lots of time to practice. My drawings were not as good as what yours are when I was your age, and that's a fact. It just takes the practice and time to go back over it again and again. Okay, so we've got our boxy details there. Now we're going to draw a little bit of treasure now, because we're going to draw the details on our box after we've got our treasure inside. We'll draw a little lock though. So we're going to draw a little circle at the top of our on the inside, gosh, the front of our box on the inside where our lock's going to go. Then we're going to draw little curve. Can you see what I've done? So a little box, little circle, and then a little curve, and we'll draw another curve. It's going to be an unlocked lock, or it could be a locked lock if you like, but the box is open, isn't it? So it needs to be an unlocked lock. It's going to be a shape just like that. Does that make any sense? So I'm going to do the same here, small. So it's like a rainbow, isn't it? Okay. Might colour mine in, I think. Okay. Then when it comes to doing our lock part that's hanging down, I'm going to colour that bit in orange, gold. And then if you draw a circle, and then let's say a circle with a skirt for our lock. Circle with a skirt. There we go. So that's the lock hanging down. Let's draw a little bit of treasure, because it might be hanging out over the front, over the top. So a good easy way to do lots of treasure is pearls, isn't it? Like the black pearl. So maybe it's spilling out over the sides. You can always add some little shine on there, couldn't you? So you can either do that by drawing circles inside your circle and colouring around the edges, or just drawing a flat circle and not colouring in the inside of all of your circles. Does that make any sense? I say circle a lot. That's the way I do it, to do it quick. There we go. Black pearls. Let's draw a big plate. So like a rainbow. We're just going to leave it hanging like in there, because it's going to be peeping up over the top, isn't it, over all of our money. So let's draw some money. So we draw some flat circles. If you draw all your flat circles, you can draw them in all different directions. And then, if I show you, if you draw a flat circle, and then if you draw lines going down to the bottom of your paper, and then follow the line around, you've got yourself a nice 3D coin there, haven't you? There we go. Oh, don't worry, Alex and Ben and Laura, no worries at all. Can watch and catch up if we're a bit behind, don't worry. But I'll show you how to... Don't know if you can hear my little girl shouting outside. Goodness me, she's in a very shouty mood today. So I'm going to make all of my coins 3D. Oh, lots of coins. Maybe there's a goblet. Should we draw a goblet? I'm going to cheat a little and have a little bit of that goblet sticking out. Make it a black goblet. So do a flat circle. Again, like this. And then if you draw part of a circle underneath, and then a stick, and then another flat circle, and you've got yourself a goblet. Maybe you want to draw some jewels on there, on your goblet. I'm just going to draw lots more money to fill in our lovely chest. Now, I'm going to add some detail on our chest now that our chest is full. Let's get that done. And that is nice and easy to do. So we're going to draw some rivets. So to do that, we're going to do little dots. Now they don't have to be, you can draw them however you want, but I'm going to draw one dot on each corner, like that, and then draw one dot in the middle, and then one dot in the middle of those ones. Does that make any sense? You do them however you like them. Okay, so we've got our rivets on. I think our chest, so we're going to draw some more dots up here as well, and we'll do the same thing. Just going to do 3 going up the top, but it depends what the top of your treasure chest looks like. Dot in the middle, dot in the centre of those ones. Lovely. Now, if you imagine that there's just as a, if you want to make this look really good in 3D, imagine that there's a line, whoop, going down from where the top of your, you know, your top line, just here, where you drew your top line earlier. Imagine there's an invisible line going down to there, to here, to the, underneath your lid. Okay. Then you just need to take that as a point. Just draw a line. It just shows the inside of your, that's low on that side. There we go. Shows the inside of your lid. Just gets it across nice and simply, doesn't it? And then we'll draw some wood. Wooden planks. I'm just going to have 2 lines across the centre for that one. And then I'm just going to have 1 line up there. Lovely. I'm going to add a little bit of colour on this before I go. I hope we've all had a nice time. Let's add some colour. I'm going to colour in a bit of gold on my coins. Good job, I'm getting some new pens. With all this colouring in, it colours the nibs, doesn't it, sometimes? Maybe I've got a gold plate. Let's do some jewels. Oh, goblet. It's definitely going to be getting we'll do some jewels on our plate. Ooh, now we're talking. Get a bit of colour in. Ooh. Why have I done that? Lovely. Get colouring your lovely jewels in. And we're going to colour in, I'm going to colour the chest. This is the outer casing in there. I'm going to do that in gold or orange really quickly just to get the detail in. And the rivets. But you guys take your time and colour it in nicely. Love to see what you guys have managed to do today. I hope I'd get these across well enough to you guys. Please tell me if I'm going too complicated, or because this one was a bit tricky today. This is something 3D, so this is like a bit tougher, isn't it? But if you can do it, it looks brilliant, doesn't it? Some circles just to fill in some of the gaps. And then for our wooden bit, just going to do, you can do brown for yours, but because I don't have a brown yet, it's going to be red. Remember my little trick as well if you're wanting to get to the edges. This is not going to work for me because I'm going to make a little white line. There we go. Let's colour all that in. Get it looking lovely. Whilst we're colouring in our treasure chests. I will say as well that we've got, there is my donation page. These are absolutely 100% free, these workshops. But if you did want to donate something, I would really appreciate it. Don't worry if not though. I will pop a link on my Facebook after this. Or I'll see if I can manage to add it on. There we go, there's our lovely treasure chest. You might want to do the inside of that in red velvet or whatever colours you like. There we go. So there we have it. Oh gosh, I just realised it had moved. I hope we're okay. There we go. Oh, lovely. So I hope you're all enjoying that. Let's have a look. Thank you for the amazing draws. Oh, lovely. No problem at all. We've got another week coming next week. So we're going to have our treasure hunt week next week. So Pirate Week is going to have a sequel or a sequel. Oh dear. Or Pirates the Revenge, or we're going to have a second Pirate Week, which is going to be exciting. And what have we got coming up? So I will pop a link for you on here. Let me see. Oh gosh, I think we're still there. Let's have a look. There we go. So we've got a link done on gosh, I don't know if that's going to work. I've got a link on Instagram for donating to my donating a coffee if you are able to. That would be lovely. And because if that's meant that you've managed to get a coffee whilst I've been doing these workshops. Let me just finish off writing what I'm writing, because otherwise it will be wrong. There we go. There we go. It's done on Facebook as well there. If you've managed to get a coffee whilst I've been doing my workshops, then absolutely brilliant. And I'm so glad that I've been able to help whilst everything's all been a bit up in the air. Let's bring you back, I think, now. I think we're about ready. Hi, everybody. Yes, if you've managed to get a coffee whilst I've been doing the workshops and managed to have a bit of a rest, then absolutely brilliant. I'm so pleased and glad that I've managed to help you. If you are able to donate something towards my workshops, that would be lovely. Absolutely no pressure. They are 100% free. There is no pressure at all. I just want to see the kids' drawings more than anything. So please send me pictures. There is the post your pictures threads up on Instagram and Facebook, so you can let me know what you guys have been up to for Pirate Week. But then we're going to come back next week with Pirate Week The Revenge and have our second Pirate Week. So I'm really looking forward to doing that with you. And it's going to be treasure hunts. Ooh, very exciting. Yep, so please send me your pictures. I'd love to see them. And I will see you next week for a brand new, well, not a brand, it's an extension of our current theme, so we can dress up like pirates again, which, let's be honest, is awesome. Let's just go with that plan. And I will see you all next week. Okay, so send me your pictures. I'll see you then. Bye, everybody. Big waves. Big waves. Oh, lovely. Treasure hunt week. Woohoo. Bye, everybody.